One of my first questions on any training course is, what's your favourite formula? And 90% of the time, people will say VLOOKUP. For some strange reason, everybody loves a VLOOKUP. Except me, I hate it. It's the single worst formula you can use in Excel. I can see why you use it. I used to love it myself. But it's dangerous. It's, in my opinion, it's the most likely formula to screw up and not see that it's created a problem. Most formulas, you move things around, you overwrite it, you end up with a ref error, an NA error. Something will tell you that it's gone wrong. But with the VLOOKUP, you can completely change your set of results without obviously seeing that it's happened. So I'm going to give you an example. I've got a basic data table here. I'm putting together a bike. So I've got 10 items on here. I have the cost of each item without VAT on it. I've got a VAT element and I've got a total cost. And I've got a VLOOKUP formula. So what is the VLOOKUP formula doing? I am looking up an item. In this case, it's currently on item 7. I am looking for it in a range, a data range. I am pulling out column 2 in this case, and it's this this third item here, the column number, that's the problem. And then I'm false because I want an exact value. Don't worry about that. So I'm pulling out a fixed column number on a range of data. And then for the value excluding VAT, I'm pulling out item 3. For the VAT value, I'm pulling out item 4. And for the total, I'm pulling out item 5. So what happens? At the moment, I've got £15, £3 VAT, total £18. If I insert a couple of columns, suddenly my results have completely changed. My total is now pulling out actually the value excluding VAT instead of the total including VAT. If I didn't have these and I didn't have a test here that turns red to tell me that something's changed, then I can have completely changed my pricing without realising it, and I'm now publishing some prices that are 20% lower than they should be. So how do we get around this? Well, we could link that column number to a formula, which then starts getting a bit tricky because what number is it? You need to look at the column number that you're in minus the column number of where your data starts. So this is one problem. And the other problem with the VLOOKUP is you start looking for the item in the first column of your data, and you need to pull out a column over to the right hand side of it. What if we wanted to find what the reference number was for a bike or a chain set? You can't easily do that. VLOOKUP only works in one direction. So the way around it is a combination of index and match. A lot of people know this but don't necessarily get their head around it because they try to look at index and match at the same time. So the trick to understanding this is simply to look at them one at a time. What is match trying to do? Match is trying to find where an item that we're looking for is matched in a list. So in this case, I'm looking for item 7 and I match it here at cell 7. And hence I get the row 7 is returned. VLOOKUP doesn't tell me that. VLOOKUP can't tell me where in the data it is. Which, if it's a large set of data on perhaps another worksheet, could be a problem. If I've got 100,000 rows of data, I want to find it. Match will tell me exactly where in the list that item is. And VLOOKUP won't do that. And once we've got that row, it is then a simple case of finding where in an index of items, what item we want to pull from that index. So in this case, I know it's row 7. So I want to find item 7 in my descriptions list. There it is, item 7. Likewise, XVAT, VAT and total are pulling the right amount. So 15, 3 and 18, and if I've inserted a couple of columns, they're still correct. Not a problem. The VLOOKUP value has gone completely wrong in this case, and it's easily identifiable because the VAT is a word instead of a number. But that's not always the case. And if you're working with your data on one worksheet and your formulas on another, this can be a real problem. So the other advantage of an index and match is that you could go both ways. If you want to find the reference number from the description, you simply apply the match to the description column and apply the index to the reference column. Just reverse your formula and you've got the answer. So get rid of VLOOKUP. Don't use it. It's dangerous, and one day it will come back and bite you. Just don't use it. Use match to find an item and index to return the corresponding values, and then turn them into one formula. We can, if we want to, simply replace the value with the match formula, and we create an index match formula. But don't try to think of them both in one go. Think of them one at a time until you understand them, and then take it from there. Okay? Thanks for watching.